But just recently, today, IOHK on their Twitter had some announcements. And the announcement was the following. Welcome back. Clock's ticking. If you're new here, I'm Nick. This is HourTwentyFive. The time you need but don't have. Episode 6, Cardano, its roadmap in Africa. The Bulletin of Atomic Standard says there's only 100 seconds to midnight. Let's make haste, my friends. DJ, let's drop a clock on them. So what is Cardano? Cardano this, Cardano that. Let's get into it and talk about it. You couldn't talk about Cardano without mentioning IOHK. This is their homepage. Well, that's pretty cool. What is IOHK? Briefly put, it is a technology company committed to using peer-to-peer innovations to provide financial services to the 3 billion people who don't have them. They are an engineering company that builds cryptocurrencies and blockchains for academic institutions, government entities, and corporations. Their founders are Charles Hoskinson and Jeremy Wood. The company is for-profit and it was founded in 2014. So you could come here, check out IOHK's website, about research education, all the projects that they do. I'd recommend coming here and playing with whatever this is all down here. Each one of these buttons does a little something different, and you can do cool stuff like this. What I think separates Cardano from a lot of other cryptocurrencies is its roadmap. It's clearly defined, it understands where it is and where it wants to go, and has planned accordingly to achieve its end goals step by step. So I'd recommend coming to roadmap.cardano.org. This is the roadmap. Each of these are a different era. It started with the Byron era, Shelley, Gauguin, Basho, and Voltaire. We are not in the Basho or Voltaire era yet, but definitely come to this website, check it out. You can scroll way down and have tons of details about what's going on, the research. Keep going on further down, the whole scope of work, everything involved with each one. So this is really where you can dig in, go deep, and find out exactly what it is that's taking place. So for example, you go to Shelley, all this information changes, it describes to you what it is, all the other related news and updates going on with it, and again a detailed layout of what exactly is taking place. Cardano. Why is it called Cardano? Most of these people, I believe, were mathematicians or artists of some form. I think each character sort of relates to what the era is about. But Cardano is named after this gentleman. Girolamo, or Hieronymo Cardano, was Hieronymus Cardanus in Latin. He was an Italian doctor and mathematician who is famed for his work Ars Magna, which was the first Latin treatise devoted solely to algebra. And why is it the ticker ADA or Ada? That is because Ada Lovelace, in full, Ada King, Countess of Lovelace, for whose prototype of a digital computer she created a program. She has been called the first computer programmer. So that's Cardano, its roadmap. Why is it called Cardano? But specifically we want to get into Africa. So let's journey on over to this article here. Cardano's strategy in Africa. Blockchain's benefits for the supply chain industry and EMURGO's role in driving success. Cardano, the first peer-reviewed third-generation blockchain, is one of the few cryptocurrencies aiming to serve underdeveloped nations by banking the unbanked. To end that, Cardano has a vision for developments in Africa, and EMURGO, as the commercial arm of Cardano, will help drive Cardano's success in Africa. What is EMURGO, or who are they, you ask? EMURGO.io, this is their homepage. They self-described as a multinational blockchain technology company providing solutions for developers, startups, enterprises, and governments. They have a full website, tons of information. Come to services, you can see what they do: blockchain development, education, app and web development. all the solutions they provide, more information about the company. But let's continue. Along those lines, a key use for blockchain is in the supply chain industry, and Cardano can penetrate the African market for betterment of the society. So they continue and describe here, Africa is an extremely young continent with a large focus on digital developments. The median age in Africa is estimated at being 19 years and is home to over 1.3 billion people. Africa is also home to millions of digital wallets, where individuals can make transactions rapidly via mobile applications as an alternative to cash. Of the 54 countries in Africa, 24 African states are members of Smart Africa. What is Smart Africa, you ask? I asked myself the same thing. So this is their website, smartafrica.org. Looks really interesting, a bunch of things going on. So I clicked on the Who Are We tab, and they say Smart Africa is a bold and innovative commitment from African heads of state and government to accelerate sustainable socio-economic development on the continent, ushering Africa into a knowledge economy through affordable access to broadband and usage of information and communications technologies. So, looks like they're a big committee or big organization that is looking to help get Africa online and caught up to speed. So that's Smart Africa. Let's head back to this article. This alliance aims to transform all 54 African countries into a single digital market. Smart Africa is focused on investing heavily in digital infrastructure, which will allow new industries to bloom and create massive opportunities within African economies. This includes investments in fiber optic networks, mobile broadband centers, satellites, data centers, and many other initiatives. Investment in these areas will act as the foundation of truly digital African market. The African Strategy is the strategy to drive Cardano's adoption in the African continent to every user and business. This strategy will be achieved through accomplishing two goals. First goal, engage with local stakeholders in delivering projects that solve real issues in the market. Governments, NGOs, and private sector companies recognize the potential for blockchain technology to improve trust, transparency, and efficiency. The second goal is to train and educate local developers to create solutions for local problems. A success in both of these areas was the Memorandum of Understanding signed between IOHK and the Ethiopian government to train, hire junior software developers and use Cardano in its agricultural industry. This involved training an all-female class of Ethiopian and Ugandan students in using Haskell, the language Cardano is built with, during a 2-month period. Other benefits of blockchain for the supply chain? It's a mouthful. The core solution that blockchain offers supply chain management is trust and coordination. All over the world, there are huge misalignments of incentives between different parties all along supply chain. In many day-to-day business transactions, deals between businesses and a supply chain may be short-term and predatory rather than long-term and cooperative in nature. A seller may try to defraud a buyer by not being honest about the quantity of products they received in a shipment. A buyer might try to defraud a seller by adding lower quality produce to a batch of higher quality produce. Blockchain aims to change that for the betterment of society. A company in the D-Lab EMURGO Accelerator program aiming to radically improve transparency in its supply chains is Helixworks. Helixworks integrates DNA-based ID tags to physical goods. When combined with digital ledger technologies, DNA IDs are extremely robust and resilient ways of tracking goods along a supply chain, including goods such as medicines and foods. Cardano is building a platform that incentivizes and rewards honesty and not dishonesty through a decentralized, immutable ledger. This solution does not require central coordination to ensure parties are honest. By using a distributed and trusted database, blockchain solutions reduce the barriers that impede business. Information about products, logistics, and all parties involved at all stages of supply chain can be added onto the blockchain. This decentralized ledger ensures total visibility across all parties involved at every step of the supply chain. The coffee industry has been targeted as a key area where Cardano could add value, specifically in Ethiopia. One such application within the supply chain is proving the origin of coffee. In the future, There is also the potential of using smart contracts to incentivize coffee farmers to adopt more productive farming practices. Coffee is Ethiopia's largest export, and improving this industry would add massive societal benefits. So that's a little bit about Cardano and what they're looking to do in Africa. But just recently, today, IOHK on their Twitter had some announcements. And the announcement was the following. We couldn't make you wait until Thursday. We're announcing our partnership with Ethiopia's Ministry of Education to create a blockchain-based national ID and attainment recording system. Rolling out to 5 million students, this is the world's largest blockchain deployment. #Cardano Africa. Big news. It continues. Based on Atala Prism, the ID will allow the creation of secure records of educational performance for 3.5 thousand schools, 5 million students, and 750,000 teachers, giving all pupils verifiable digital qualifications, increasing social mobility, and allowing lesson planning and attainment monitoring. This partnership is at the heart of Ethiopia's digital transformation strategy. IOHK has long recognized how developing world countries could uniquely benefit from blockchain, and this deployment is key in our vision for Africa. Now, to hear more about our work in Africa and the partnership, tune into our Africa special on Thursday, 2 days from now. For a full press release, please contact media@iohk.io. But this is something I definitely recommend you check out. I'm going to be watching it, and it's awesome news for blockchain in general. It gives it a very legitimate use. It gives you an example of the use cases of blockchain besides just currency, and it shows you how it could really help out certain economies and help them thrive and grow, beyond what, they may have ever thought was really possible. So that's going to do it for this episode. I just wanted to keep it short, go over Cardano, kind of its origin, where it got its name, what it's looking to do, and specifically what's happening in Africa. All the links will be in the description below, so will the timestamps. Thank you for watching. Next video coming out shortly as well. Enjoy, and we'll see you on the other side.